The story begins with a boy whose name is Jin-seok, calm and sensible, a little broken inside. He noticed that his family is doing some weird things, as if they are hiding something from him. But what are they hiding and why? One day Jin woke up from a very bad dream. His whole body was drenched with sweat, but his entire family was with him. They tried to hold him and laughed. They said, "You are tired. You didn't even sleep last night, so don't get excited." Actually, they were shifting to a new house. When they arrived at the new house, Jin felt something strange. The house was brand new, but he felt like he had already been there before. He told his elder brother Yoo-seok, who was the best at everything, whether it was sports, studies, music, or girls. Most importantly, he was a very good brother. Jin was his complete opposite. He was a failure in studies, not good at sports, and girls didn't even notice him. But even then, he never felt jealous of his brother. In fact, he was proud of him. But some time ago, Yoo-seok lost one of his bikes in a dangerous accident and lost his leg. During the renovation of the new house, Jin realized that he now had to share a room with Yoo-seok, because in one room, the belongings of the old tenants were lying there. He found it a little odd. Why were their things still lying here? Why should they be worried about them? But he ignored it. Later, he went to help a worker. The worker asked him, "Is he your elder brother?" Jin smiled and said, "Yes." But when the worker asked the same question again, Jin was surprised and asked, "Why are you asking?" Before the worker could answer, Yoo-seok arrived. He told the worker, "You are being called in the kitchen, go." At dinner that night, Jin's father told him that the old tenants would return within a month to take their belongings. Then Jin and Yoo-seok could stay separately in the rooms. Jin asked, "What is kept in that room?" His father said, "I don't know, but the previous tenants requested with folded hands, please do not open it." He also told Jin, "You have a devilish mind, but don't open it, okay?" Jin felt even more weird after hearing this. At that very moment, suddenly a sound came from the top floor. Jin asked, "Did the sound come from that room?" But everyone got confused and said, "Maybe it was the electricity. There must have been a thunderstorm." Then lightning flashed in the sky, and he thought, yes, maybe it was the sound of lightning. But his inner voice was saying something else. At night, when Yoo-seok fell asleep, Jin started playing his MP3 player. He started listening to music when suddenly he heard a voice. At first, he thought he had imagined it. But then he heard it again. The sound was coming from the same closed room. He went to that door with fear. His mind was trying again and again to know what is inside. He was about to open the door when someone caught him from behind. He was shocked. But then he saw that it was Yoo-seok. He told Yoo-seok that the sound was coming from inside this room. Yoo-seok tried to listen as well, but he couldn't hear anything. He said, "You are making excuses to avoid studying again, right?" Then both of them went near the house to a hill. Both the brothers spent good time together. Then Yoo-seok got a call. He said, "Papa asked for a file. It's there. So wait. Here, I'll give it to him, okay?" After that, Jin stopped right there, and Yoo-seok went toward the beach. On the way, some people surrounded Yoo-seok. Jin saw that some people were beating his brother. He immediately ran to save him, but before he could, they picked Yoo-seok up and took him away. Jin could not do anything, but he damaged their car and memorized the number plate. He went home and told everything to his parents, and then he fainted. The next morning, detectives arrived there. Jin told them the number, but they said there was no such number, plate registered. After this, he tried many ways to find Yoo-seok, but he was not found. Days passed like this. They were not getting any clue, and his family became more tense. The medicines Jin was taking increased. One night, he had a dream in which someone was torturing a person. Then Jin woke up again. It was another scary dream. But this time his parents and Yoo-seok were also in the room. Yoo-seok returned after 19 days, but he did not remember anything. The detectives asked him several times, but he could not tell anything. Slowly, everything started becoming normal. Jin also got back into his routine. One night, Jin noticed Yoo-seok going somewhere. He wondered if this was really happening, or was it just his illusion. The next day when he asked, Yoo-seok denied it. Jin ignored his words, but then he noticed something strange. Yoo-seok was walking with the wrong foot limp. He asked, "Yesterday you were limping on your right leg. Today it's from the left." Yoo-seok said, "You are confused. There is nothing like that." Jin became a little cautious after hearing this. That night, when he fell asleep on the study desk, Yoo-seok came near and sat next to him. He picked up a pencil and brought it very close to him. When he was about to touch him, the pencil tip broke. Yoo-seok put it back, and Jin's eyes opened, which made him sure that something was wrong. He started chasing Yoo-seok. He noticed that the limp was no longer there. Then he saw Yoo-seok giving instructions to people. And one of them was the same detective who had come to his home. Jin understood that this is not my brother. It's someone else. There's a conspiracy going on. Something dangerous is happening in our house. Soon, he went to a room upstairs. Jin also followed him. But as soon as he reached the top, he suddenly disappeared. When Jin started to go back, he got caught. They said, "You are ruining everything. You are ruining the boss's plan." At first, Jin couldn't understand anything, but when he realized they would not let him go, he ran away. They chased him for a long time, but eventually he survived. But then someone from behind grabbed him and made him unconscious. It was no one else but Yoo-seok. When Jin opened his eyes, he was in his room. Confused, he could not understand what was true and what was not. He saw that his brother was sleeping on the bed next to him. Now Jin was completely lost. He could not believe his eyes. That night's incident had shaken all his confidence. When Yoo-seok saw him, he was trembling with fear. He asked, "What happened, Jin?" But Jin could not answer, because he didn't even realize whether it was a dream or the truth. He went to the bathroom and locked the door from inside. Yoo-seok came over and said, "What are you doing?" But Jin's fear started increasing. He screamed, "Get away from me!" Yoo-seok couldn't understand what was happening. He also got a little nervous and asked, "Why are you reacting like this?" Jin started screaming and telling what he had seen last night. Every little thing, every detail. He explained everything. Yoo-seok said, "It was all a dream. You are thinking too much." But Jin did not agree. He said, "You are not my brother. Who are you? Tell me your reality. Where is my real brother?" Later, when Jin saw that no one was outside, he picked up a pipe and slowly came out of the bathroom. He was looking around. Then Yoo-seok grabbed him. "Calm down, Jin." Both brothers started fighting. But in the end, Yoo-seok held him down and said, "Calm down, Jin. You were just having a nightmare. You didn't take your medicine last night, right?" Jin remembered. "Yes, I forgot to take it yesterday." Now he also started feeling that maybe it was just a dream, and he cried because of it. After Yoo-seok took care of him, Jin took his medicine and apologized. He said, "I ruin everything, right, Yoo-seok?" Yoo-seok smiled and said, "It doesn't matter. You just relax. Mother must be arriving." When Yoo-seok left for office, Jin looked through the window and saw that Yoo-seok was limping with his right leg again. Jin thought in his mind, "Maybe I was wrong." Now he calmly started studying, but then his pencil fell under the table. When Jin tried to pick it up, he saw the same broken pencil tip which he had seen last night. Seeing this, he stopped breathing. He was sure that whatever happened last night was not a dream. Everything is true. When Mother came home, Jin told her everything. Mother got scared. She said, "I will tell your father right now." But Jin stopped her. "If Yoo-seok leaves the house tonight, we will follow him. Then everything will be clear. You will understand. Mother nodded yes. When Jin went to his room, Mother asked, "Do you really have full faith that Yoo-seok did all this?" Jin said, "This is not Yoo-seok at all." That night, when Jin came down to drink water, he heard his mother's voice. Mother was talking to someone. The same man who was living with them as Yoo-seok. Jin quietly hid near the wall and listened. Mother said that she knew everything. She was telling everything to Yoo-seok. Hearing this, Jin understood that his mother was also involved in lies. Then he accidentally made a sound. Mother became alert. Yoo-seok said, "Check if he is sleeping or not." After that, Mother went straight to Jin's room. Jin understood that if he wanted to be safe, he had to reach his mother's room before her. He climbed up the side of the building, jumped in through the window, and lay down on the bed. When Mother saw him, he was sleeping. With a sigh of relief, she turned around. When the door closed after his mother left, Jin got up. But then Mother asked a question. "Jin, how did you get wet with water?" Saying this, Mother came back. She had already seen Jin. Jin could not speak. He was out of breath. But Mother went away smiling. She picked up the phone and said, "Yoo-seok, come quickly. I have also caught him." Jin immediately ran out of the window. As he ran on the road, he saw his father coming from the front. Jin was confused whether he should trust him or not. Then his mother and another man came to him. Father asked him, "Where are you going?" Jin lied, "I was going to meet a friend." He kept giving strange answers to their questions. Father said, "You are not going anywhere." They tried to take him back. But Jin ran away. That man also ran after him. At the corner of the road, Jin saw a police station. He ran at full speed. The man was about to stop him, but then an accident happened there. Jin saw the opportunity and reached the police station. When the police listened to him, Jin said, "I have been kept locked up for a month with fake people who are pretending to be my family." The police asked, "How did you know that they are your family? You should recognize them." Jin wanted his parents. "No," Jin replied. "I don't understand myself. How did I believe it?" Then a junior officer brought his record and started confirming the details. "Your name is Jin-seok. You were born in 1977. Jin said yes. Then the policeman said, "Then you should be 41 years old." Hearing this, Jin was shocked. He said, "I am 21. Right now it is 1997, right?" Hearing this, the police started laughing. One officer gave him a calendar and showed, "Brother, it is 2017 now." Jin looked around. He saw new gadgets and LEDs everywhere. TVs, smartphones. Then he saw a mirror. What he saw terrified him. In the mirror, he looked like a middle-aged man. It was Jin himself. After this, Jin went back to his home. He had no other option. There was only one question in his mind. He went straight to the room where entry was forbidden. Everything was scattered in the room. But there was a strange beauty. 2 dolls with blood stains were lying there. The markings were everywhere, but a particular sound was playing from the back. Then Yoo-seok and the others came in. Yoo-seok said, "The plan failed again." Jin got angry. He screamed and asked, "You guys, why did you do this to me? What have you done?" Yoo-seok lit a cigarette with a smile and said, "The story began 20 years ago. In that room, a mother and daughter were murdered. The police tried everything possible, every method to reach the killer. But every time they failed. Finally, they tried to arrest the accused in the presence of witnesses. They even announced a reward. If anyone knew anything, they would be given money. But years went by, and slowly the world forgot the case. But for the parents of the victims, the wound was still fresh. They could not forget that night. For them, it was not just a murder. Their whole world was ruined. That is why they gave money to someone who could bring them justice. That person was Yoo-seok. Yoo-seok put his life at stake. He worked hard for 4 years investigating but he failed at every turn. Until one day he reached the truth. And the truth is, Jin was the killer. Then the series of tortures started. They wanted to extract the truth from him in a systematic way. But it was surprising that even after so much pain, even after so much beating, Jin denied every accusation. The look in his eyes was the truth, and it confused Yoo-seok too. But Yoo-seok knew that he was the killer. The victim's family wanted to take revenge. But when those who do not remember their crimes die, their death would be in vain. That quote us why he called in a doctor, a forensic hypnosis expert. Jin's brain was examined. It was revealed that when Jin was 20 years old, something happened that erased his own memories from his mind. The medical term is called dissociative amnesia. That is why a different path was chosen. They hypnotized him and filled him with his last happy memory. When he shifted to a new house with his parents and brother in 1997, Yoo-seok played his brother. 2 psychologists played the role of his parents. He was shown the same house where he had been living for 20 years. There was bloodshed earlier. That is why the house felt familiar to him. The worker he met at the beginning was surprised because he called Yoo-seok his elder brother. The voice he heard from across the room was Yoo-seok. It was the work of the people who were recreating the murder scene. Yoo-seok was there. That's why he took Jin with him to the hill, so that during that time everyone inside the house could get ready. Sending him back home alone was the plan. But everything went the wrong way. Police caught Yoo-seok for illegal activities. While Jin felt that someone had kidnapped his brother. 9 days later, Yoo-seok bribed the police and got out. But it had not rained yet, and rain was very necessary. For that scene, Jin was hypnotized, but its effect started to diminish gradually. Jin's suspicion kept growing, and everyone reached here. Then Yoo-seok tried to take him to another place. On the way, he even asked him, "You understand now, right?" Jin replied, "I am ready to accept everything. But not one thing, I did not kill anyone." Hearing this, Yoo-seok got angry and said, "You are the killer. You are the one who killed them. And you too will have to die," Jin said. "I will not die yet." Then suddenly he opened the car door and jumped onto the road. Yoo-seok was shocked. Jin ran far away. But Yoo-seok was also right behind him. There were accidents on the road. Cars were broken, some small shops too. Yoo-seok went crazy. But then he himself got injured in an accident. He was badly hurt. Jin saw that now he would not be able to catch him. But then Jin too got injured in the accident. Jin was taken to the hospital. In the operation theater, his mind drove him back to his life in May 1997. He was listening to Jin's songs, getting his car fixed. After the car was fixed, he called his parents. They were going to their new home. But on the way, they met with an accident. His parents were killed on the spot. His brother survived, but the condition was very critical. Now the responsibility fell on Jin's shoulders. Jin fulfilled it with great effort. He prepared for every job. You can get anything online or offline, but he did not even pass 12th. She was not good at studies. He was useless. Who would keep him? Still, he continued to get his brother treated. After 6 months, the doctor said that surgery is necessary. Now, since he did not have money, he thought of selling his kidney. But no reliable buyer was found, and after enduring all this, he finally broke down from within. One day on his computer, a message came. The person on the other end asked, "Are you willing to do anything for money?" Jin said yes. On this, the man said, "If you kill someone for me, I will give you the money." At first, Jin was shocked. He could not sleep the whole night. But the next day, he said yes. When he reached the address, it was the same house, and it was rainy season. He got the keys. He entered the house. The man said that killing only the mother does not harm the children. He went straight to the bedroom, but the mother saw him. He regained his senses after seeing her with the child. He felt it was wrong and he started to leave. But the mother misunderstood him and she started screaming. Jin said, "I should go." Mother also understood what he said. Both calmed down. But then his daughter attacked him with a knife. Now the daughter started screaming. She was told to be quiet. Jin pushed the door to get it done, and it accidentally fell on the girl, and he accidentally stabbed the girl. Jin got scared. When the mother saw him, she also started screaming. Jin killed her with a knife too. When he started to leave the house, the little boy came forward and asked, "My mother? Where is she?" Jin didn't know what to do. He said, "Go to your room and count to 100. I will bring your mother and sister." After which the child went into the room. After this, Jin saw a photo. The man in it was his brother's doctor. Then he understood that the doctor had taken advantage of his helplessness. He had been sent to kill his own wife. On the rooftop, Jin went and waited for the doctor. The child called him and told him that mom and sister, something has happened. Come quickly. The doctor's heart broke after hearing the news of his daughter's death. Jin asked, "Why did you kill your wife?" The doctor said that from the insurance money we would have avoided coming on the road. But now when his daughter also died, he became mad with anger. He angrily threw Jin off the roof. Jin tried to stop him, but in that attempt the doctor accidentally fell from the roof, and just like that, another died. This was the incident which Jin's mind had suppressed. Finally, the senses came to him. He saw Yoo-seok standing next to him. Yoo-seok said, "The victim's family wants justice. I can't leave you. I am going to poison you." But Jin said, "Apologize to that boy from my side." Hearing this, Yoo-seok understood that Jin had remembered everything. Then Yoo-seok asked, "Why did you do all this? Who was behind all this?" Then he told a secret. The little boy who counted from 1 to 100 that night, that person was Yoo-seok himself. Jin was shocked. Yoo-seok asked, "Why didn't you kill me? Why did you leave me alive?" "Yes. From childhood till today, I had to stay in an orphanage. I had my whole family, everything. You took away everything. I lived my whole life just to take revenge on you." Jin had no words. Only sorry words came out of his mouth. But sorry was not enough. Yoo-seok asked, "Did my father buy insurance and got my mother killed because of this?" Jin said, "No, someone else had sent me. Whatever I did it alone." Yoo-seok's heart wanted to believe it, but his mind wouldn't agree. He asked again, "Was it really a coincidence that my father married my mother and his insurance was done 2 months before his death?" Jin had no answer. Yoo-seok understood everything. Now both of them were confused. Neither Jin could live nor Yoo-seok. Both went their own ways, their own pain. This story is about 2 such unfortunate people. One who had forgotten his past, and one who could not forget it. Like the video? If you like it, please like it. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.